Hello everyone, welcome to lecture number 49. Now in lecture number 49 we'll be dealing with questions of sets. This is a very important topic. Every year we get at least one question from set. Let us begin with question number 1. It is advised that you should revise all those concepts of sets before appearing these questions. In this question there are 100 students in a particular class. 60% students play cricket, 30% play football, and 10% students play both the games. What is the number of students who play neither cricket nor football? Now, if we do the Venn diagram, it will look like this. If the number of students are 100, if this is the group which plays cricket and this is the group which plays football, 10 students play both the games. That means I can write 10 here, which play cricket as well as football. 30 students play football. That means this will be 20 because 10 is already placed here. In the football circle, there should be 30. 60% students play cricket. That means 60 students play cricket. So in the cricket circle, there has to be 60. Already 10 is placed, so I have to give a 50 here. If the number of students are 100, then 50, 20, 70, and this is 10, 80. In this whole rectangle, which represents the number of students, it has to be summed up to 100. So that means this has to be 20. Now, this 20 represents the students who neither play cricket nor football. So, what is the number of students who play neither cricket nor football? The answer would be 20. Proceeding to the next problem, that is question number 2. In a group of persons, 70% of the persons are male. If we assume the number of persons to be 100, then the number of male has to be 70. That means the number of female will be obvious 30. 30% of the persons are married. Now, out of this 100, if 30% of the persons are married, that means 30 people are married. 2/7 of the males are married. So out of this 70 male, which is 2/7 of 70 will be 20 are married. So out of this 30, 20 are married. So 20 males are married. How many females will be married? That will be 10 females married out of 30. Now the question is what fraction of the female are single? So if 20, 10 female are married, then 20 female are unmarried. They are single out of the 30. So that is 2 by 3. So your answer would be 2 by 3. Coming to the next problem, that is question number 3. We have 3 items in this passage. Let us read the passage. In a survey regarding a proposed measure to be introduced, 2878 persons took part, of which 1652 are males. 1226 persons voted against the proposal, of which this thing. 1425 voted for the proposal. 196 females are undecided. Now we know here there can be a for case, there can be undecided case, there can be a against case in which male, female would be there. So for this type of problems, we need to do a table. So tabular approach, as already shared earlier, will help in this type of problems. Now, if we form a table here, suppose this is for case, this is against case, this is undecided, and this is the total. This is male, female, and the total. Now we need to place the given data here. It has asked you that number of persons who took part are 2878. So that means I have to write 2878 here because that is the total number of voters available. Now in the same question, it has also given that 1652 are males. So this will be 1652. Now subtracting 2878, sorry, 1652 from 2878, we'll get the total number of female as 1226. Now the next data given is 1226 persons voted against the proposal. Against the proposal, how many voted? 1226. Of which 796 are males. 796 are males. So if this is 796, so 1226 अगर 796 को subtract करेंगे, this will be 430. 1425 persons voted for the proposal. 1425 persons voted for the proposal. And 196 females were undecided. 196 females were undecided. Now 2878, adding this two and subtracting from 2878, we will get 227. If this is 196, 2 to 7, subtracting 196 from 2 to 7, we will get 31. Similarly, 1652, we will add 796 and 31 and we'll subtract it from 1652, we will get 825. 1425 will subtract 825 from it, then we'll get 600. So this is the all data that is available with us. Now the question arises, how many females voted for the proposal? How many females voted for the proposal? Female voted for the proposal, that is 600. Then the next question, how many males were undecided? How many males were undecided? That is 31. How many females were not in favor of the proposal? How many females were not in favor of the proposal? Against, that is 430. So coming to the next question, that is the sixth question here. It is given some vents are given, that is PQRS. In the above figure, P represents hardworking people, Q represents intelligent people, R represents truthful people, and circle S represents honest people. Which region represents the people who are intelligent? Intelligent means Q. Now let us go to the Q circle. Q circle, the answer can be 11 or 1 or 7 or 6 or 2. Hence, this cannot be the answer. Going to the honest people are which ones? S. Now out of this S contains 7, 6 and 2. So 11 and 1 cannot be the answer. So 11 is also eliminated. Truthful people. Truthful people are R. Now in R the answer has to be 7 or 6. So 6 or 7, out of which 7 is contained in P, which is the not the demand of the question. It's not mentioned that they have to be hardworking. So your answer has to be 6. Coming to next question, that is question number 7. There are 50 students admitted to a nursery class. Some students can speak only English and some can speak only Hindi. Now suppose this is the table, this is the when, which this is English and this is Hindi. Some students total has to be 50. In this case, we'll begin from the last given data. Just read the question, begin from the last data. Some students can speak only English and some can speak only Hindi. 10 students can speak both English and Hindi. This is the most important data. 10 students speak both English and Hindi. If the number of students who can speak English is 21, so this has to be 11. And number of students who can speak Hindi, if the number of students who can speak English is 21, then how many students can speak Hindi and how many students can speak only Hindi? So this will be 0. At least one language is spoken, right? So this will be 11, this will be 10, so this will be 29. The question is how many students can speak Hindi? Hindi 29 plus 10, 39. 39 is the answer here, so answer is D. Coming to question number 8. Out of a total 120 musicians in a club, 5% can play all the three instruments, that is guitar, violin and flute. This is guitar, this is violin and this is flute. Out of 120 musicians in a club, 5% can play all the three instruments. So 5% of 120 would be 10% of 120 is 12. So 5% has to be 6. So this is 6. If so happens that the number of musicians who can play any two and only two of the above instruments is 30. So that means any two and only two. If I tell A, B and C, any two and only two. This is the position where they play any two and only two. Why? Because if we include 6, then that becomes any two and 3. So A, B, C, this position represents any two but only two. So A plus B plus C is 30. This is 6. The number of musicians who can play the guitar alone is 40. So guitar alone is 40, this part. Now the question is, what is the total number of those who can play violin alone, or means union, flute alone? That means this position and this position. Total is 120. Out of 120, we will subtract A plus B plus C, that is 30. Remaining is 90. 90 say we will subtract 40. The remaining is 50. 50 say we will subtract 6. That is 44. So the answer has to be 44. Coming to question number 9. In a town, 45% of the population read magazine A, magazine A, magazine B, magazine C. This is the total population. 45% of the population read magazine A, 55% read magazine B. I'm not plotting this data because I can start only I know this position data. 55% read B, 40% read C, 30% read magazine A and B, 15% read magazine B and C, 25% read magazine A and C. Start from the last data. 10% read all the three magazines. If the total population is 100, this has to be 10. Now, pick any two data. 25% read magazine A and C. Magazine A and C has to be 25%, out of which this is 10, so this has to be 15. 40%, 15% data, 25% is over. 15% read magazine B and C. 15% read magazine B and C. So 10 is already present, so this has to be 5. 30% read magazine A and B. 30% read magazine A and B. So this has to be 20 because 20 plus 10 has to be 30. 10% read all the three magazines. We have done that. 30% read magazine A and B. We have done this. 40% read magazine C. 40% read magazine C. So 15, 5, 20, yeah, 30. So this has to be 10. Now out of this B, 55% read magazine B. So this is 30, this is 35, this will be 20. And 45% population read magazine A. 20, 10, 30, 45. So this has to be 0. What percent do not read magazine, any magazine? So you have to find this X. How? Out of this total 100, we need to subtract 20 or a 20. This will be 40, this will be again 20, and this will be again 20. So 80. So how many remains? So 20%. The 20% club do not read any magazine at all out of this Venn diagram. I hope you have got it. Let us proceed to the next problem. That is question number 10. Out of 130 students, two subjects are there, English and mathematics. So let us plot that when this is English and this is mathematics. 24 failed in both English and mathematics. So this will be 24 failed in both English and mathematics. 52 failed in mathematics. If 52 failed in mathematics, so 52 से अगर हम 24 को subtract करेंगे, so we will get 28. 62 failed in English. So out of 62, if already 24 is placed, so this has to be 38. The total students is 130. The one who is standing here is passed in English as well as math. Clear? So out of 130, we will subtract 38, 24, 28. So 38, 24 and 28. So let us add them. 38, 24, 28. 8, 8, 16, 16, 4, 20, 0 carry 2. This will be 6, 3, 9, 90. 130 से 90 अगर subtract करेंगे, so the answer will be 40. So we come to the end of this lecture. That is lecture number 49. We'll see you again in the next class in lecture number 50. Until then, have a great day. Bye bye. Take care, everyone. Jai Hind.